Do you want to reach retirement heaven one day? Today is a podcast for you. We're going to talk about the 10 commandments, not those commandments. We're going to talk about the 10 commandments of personal finance, an accumulation of tips, tricks, and rules that you need to follow if you want to retire one day with dignity and with a lot of vacations and everything else that goes along with retirement. Stay tuned. Next on Triple F.
You're going, hey, what's happening, fellas and ladies? What's happening?
I wonder how many ladies we have out there.
Man, I hope we have a lot.
I know, man.
I mean,
we need everybody.
Look how good looking you are. There should be tons. We should have way more subscribers.
I don't know. Maybe we should have comments who they think better looking is.
Maybe. No, how about we just get anyone to comment?
Hey, that would be good too. That would be good too.
I mean, we put so much into these things. You think there would just be like droves of people jumping in on all this good advice and stuff we give them.
You'd think they'd want to just become fit and financially independent as soon as possible. But...
they should be subscribing. They're like, there shouldn't be like, like when you have an old car and you like use a button so often that it just wears out.
Right.
The subscribe button on the computer, like on the screen, should be worn out. Like it should have because there just should be so many people subscribing.
I agree.
Come on, people.
So today we're gonna bring it all together though.
You know what? We're talking about some commandments. We know we need commandments in our life. It's funny how we need religious commandments. We need commandments when it comes to how we drive. We need commandments on how we spend our money. We need commandments on how we treat our kids and how we treat each other. There's commandments everywhere.
Man, how timely. Today, we are going to talk about the 10 commandments. But not those kind of 10 commandments. We're going to talk about the 10 commandments of personal finance.
Not from the Hebrew Bible?
No, not from the Bible. It's not from the Bible. So what brought this about? So what brought this about is, we've done a lot of videos like we talked about. We've put all these principles, all this knowledge into these videos.
So much.
But it's somewhat scattered a little bit. And we focus on one or two issues each podcast, whether it's finance or fitness. And so I thought, how can we bring all this stuff together in like one document and one podcast and just talk about all the principles and commandments that we need to live by to get to retirement heaven one day.
Because if we do that, then we won't have anything else to talk about.
That's true. But these are things we've already talked about. So today I'm just gonna, and I saw this idea on another channel, but yeah, the 10 commandments of personal finance. And so I kind of went through what we've talked about before, and I kind of put together a little bit of a list here. And so we're going to talk about them. It'll be fun. It'll be a place to kind of capture a lot of the ideas that we've covered before.
You promise it's going to be fun?
It is going to be fun. And if you do
hold them to this,
if you like and subscribe to our channel and you follow these 10 commandments, you'll wind up in retirement heaven one day.
I'm you know what? I think I have a theory as to why people are not subscribing. Cause we don't like just like talk and like have like a back and forth, like where we like, it's like, what did you do? Oh, what I did this and that, like, cause I see these podcasts now and the ones that are like getting millions of views, it's like, they don't even talk about anything. They just like talk to each other. Like, it's like,
they just have a conversation.
What did they do today? You're like, oh, what did you do today? Oh man, I just hung out with so-and-so. Oh yeah. What's up with that person? It just kind of like, it's like people just viewing in on someone else's conversation, maybe because they don't have their own, right? Yep. Maybe that's a problem. We're just like, we need to like, just talk about like dumb stuff.
Just life in general.
Maybe that's what we have to do. Maybe we should do a test. We should like do a podcast where we just talk about stuff.
Okay.
Like Julio and Jordan and life and your wife and my wife and stuff and what it's like to just be normal. And then we do it compared to like the stuff we talk about normally and then see who gets better views.
Kind of like an old Seinfeld episode, maybe. We just talk about a bunch of nothing.
Just a bunch of nothing. And then they'll watch the views will just come pouring in.
Look, I've worked way too hard on today's podcast to do that today.
I just said it, maybe I just said as a theory.
Well, if you want to see that, just let us know in the comments.
Yeah, we just need one comment. I think we should do a giveaway for the one person who commented. Jordan, where are you, by the way? I haven't heard from you in a long time.
My other grandson Brody's commented here. We need people to comment, ask questions. We've had a few on our shorts that we put out, but we need them on these long form videos.
And now I'm working with your son, Gary. No. Gary should be commenting on this.
He should be. He's watching them. He's slow, but he's watching them.
He's a good client.
So what's the first commandment? Now it is raining and thundering and lightning outside. So I'm going to try and time these. So if you hear me, let me give you one of the commandments and there's suddenly a clap of thunder outside,
That's how you know God is like
That's it.
witnessing.
He's saying, do this commandment.
He's like, amen.
So follow these commandments and you'll reach retirement in heaven. So what's the first one? Thou shalt. Notice you use the word shout.
Shall not
That's how
get
you
into debt.
Thou shalt pay thyself first.
Oh,
What does
that's
that
good.
mean? So we talk about doing budgets. We talk
I never
about
do this, by the
paying
way.
everybody, paying creditors, but you need to make yourself a line item on the budget, and you need to take money out for savings before you spend all that money. If you wait until the end of the payday to figure out how much you can save, how much do you think you're going to save at the end of the payday?
None.
Zero. You're going to spend everything. Just as Americans, we spend everything that's in our account until the next payday. So if you don't pay yourself at the beginning of the payday first, you're not going to save anything.
You always sacrifice yourself.
Yeah.
That's a very Christian, Christ-like thing to do.
Yeah. But we don't want to do that on finances.
Don't be Christian with your finance.
I want you to pay yourself
Don't
first.
give to others.
Be selfish.
Give to yourself first.
Be selfish first. Selfish first.
All of our faithful Christian listeners are now shutting it off. Does it count if I am paying other people because I actually purchased something that they give, but the thing that they give me is actually for me? Yeah, buy something.
Yeah, I mean, you're supporting their lifestyle probably.
Because that's generally what it is, right? You're giving them money for something they've done for you.
Well, you're making foolish purchases. You're going and
it's for the YOLO.
Yeah.
Satisfying the YOLO.
Yeah. So pay yourself first. That's the number one commandment. 2.
So selfish.
Our second one, and this is a big one. Thou shalt spend, and this is along the same lines. Thou shalt spend less than I earn.
That's so boring.
That is boring. If you make hundreds, we're not the government. Only the government can make $5 trillion a year and spend $7 trillion.
Yeah.
Okay. When we see where that gets us, right? We're $40 trillion in debt as a nation.
I've got some friends who have quite a lot of student loan debt.
Yeah. I mean, and so when you pay when you're spending less than you earn, you just start building up debt because the only place it can go is a credit card, right? So if I make $100,000 a year, I spend $120,000 a year. I just increased my debt for the year by $20,000, and you can only do that for so long because we're not the government. We can't print money. We have to live on less than we earn, and so it's really a simple concept. But you wouldn't believe how many people can't do that. They just have way too many, so many wants and needs, and they just spend way more than they earn every year and get themselves in trouble. So avoid the tendency to increase your spending when your income rises. When you get raises, don't spend it all.
And be grateful for your raises.
And be grateful. Yeah.
Not every times I've given like bonuses and raises, then man.
You get bonuses at your club?
Yeah, I used to, but you know what employees do? Is they know it's coming and then they put in their notice right after they get their bonus. Every year at least one employee would do this. It drove me crazy. And I was just like, I'm not giving bonuses anymore. It's like just a gateway for them to want to leave.
Maybe you just give them a little bump in their salary. Or
maybe I just need to be a better boss.
Yeah, that too. I mean,
that's coming to an end.
Yeah, no.
Just so you know, so you guys know.
He just sold his clubs, so a few of them anyway.
Not done yet.
So we're going to have a financial discussion as to what to do with all of that, all those proceeds.
Go buy cars.
That's not on here.
That should be on there.
Thou shalt buy a new car with unexpected income.
That should be on there.
Yeah. Maybe that's commandment 11.
Got to fill out the garage.
What's number 3? Number 3, thou shalt honor the emergency fund.
Yep. That's
Why do we have an emergency fund? Why do you have an emergency fund?
No idea. It just sits there.
When I started counseling people, what you would find out is that they had credit card debt. Their savings was like zero, maybe $20. And so we talk about getting out of debt, but how do you get out of debt if you have zero savings to pay for the unexpected stuff?
Do you have an emergency fund?
I do.
Or literally,
I have something.
Is it an actual account that says emergency? I have one.
Yeah, it's my savings account with my bank.
Okay, but does it say emergency on it?
Well, it probably doesn't say that.
Okay,
that's what it's used for.
See, when you get to be David, you could basically you have so much money that you don't need an emergency fund because you got funds everywhere. There's coming out of his ears.
I don't know about that, but
and just don't have an emergency. By the way, right. If you just don't have an emergency, typically when people are taking care of themselves financially and stuff, they have less emergencies.
Yeah.
And then they end up just using that money in a high yield savings account.
So you have a good idea. You should actually probably name it emergency.
I think so. That's what I have. I literally have an account that says emergency fund on it.
Now, the other thing that people do with their emergency fund, though, is they don't always use it just for emergencies.
What?
They don't use it just for emergencies. They tend to use
It
it
just sits
if they're
there.
going out Friday night and they don't have the money to go out with their friends, especially young folks. You know, they have the savings account. We're going out with my friends Friday night. Let me dip in my emergency fund, but that's not an emergency.
Yeah, no. The emergency fund for me, because on a daily or a weekly or monthly basis, it just looks like money just sitting there.
Yeah,
in a high yield savings
and
account.
that's what you want. That's what you want.
But
you
it's
don't want to
so
put it at risk.
like useless.
Yeah. Well, it's only useless if it doesn't rain. But as we're seeing today, in everybody's life, it's going to rain.
True.
And so when it rains, what do you want? You want an umbrella.
I'm just saying that, like, when you get yourself financially in a good spot, guess what? You have less emergencies.
That is true. That is
I'm
true.
not saying you don't have them.
It's Murphy's Law, and I think Dave Ramsey's famous for saying when you least expect it, when you don't have an emergency fund, Murphy's going to come live in your spare bedroom.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The more out of control you are with your spending, the more emergencies you have.
Right.
I guarantee you.
Right. And so have that emergency fund, start out with $1,000 till you're completely out of debt, then build it up to 3 to 6 months. And that's the only way to stay out of debt. If not, you'll continue to put stuff on a credit card. So what is commandment number 4? It's thou shalt destroy high interest debt. What is high interest debt? High interest debt is credit card debt where you're paying 18, 20, 25%. It's student loans if you're paying more than like 2 or 3%. It's car loans if you're paying more than 2 or 3%. But it's any debt that you have that you're paying a higher rate than what you're getting
that you can't service.
Yeah, that you can't service and that you can't get yourself by doing something else. So you're never going to achieve real wealth by making 8 or 10% on your investments, but spending 30% of interest paying back banks and credit card companies and other people that you buy stuff from.
Sounds very Christian-like.
Yeah,
For you to give away so much money.
Yeah, so MasterCard, they're the master. They become the master of your money, and then the other one is American Express.
Yeah, I like that card. You know why I like American Express?
Why?
Because the card feels amazing, like in your hand.
Well,
it's like the weight of it.
It
It's like heavy.
It looks like money too, doesn't it? Does it have that green money?
No, no.
Or have they changed it? They've changed it.
No, David, look.
I don't have American Express.
Do you have an American Express card?
No.
Okay. If you get an American Express card, you're not going to get a green one. You're going to get a platinum one.
Oh, the platinum.
Platinum or black.
I bet you have to pay a higher annual fee for this.
It does not matter because it's worth it. That card feels awesome in your hand.
But anyway, the math doesn't work on high interest debt. You can't pay 30% in interest and only make 6-8% on your investments. It's a wealth killer. The next one we have, number 5, thou shalt master the budget. You've got to learn to do a budget.
This is one I got to say that I'm on it.
You're on it. You're all over. How about your wife? Is she on it with you?
Nah, she just, she's pretty frugal.
Yeah.
Remember, she's a frugal one.
Uh-huh.
I have to have the budget to keep me from being my natural me. So I have to put guards in place. I have to guardrails in place. And one of the guardrails for me is having a budget that I review nearly every day. I was working on it this morning. And always evaluating and just kind of seeing, and I use it like cash flow. Like, how's my cash flow? I gotta look and see where things are coming in and where they're going.
Right. Yeah, I had a lady one time. We were doing a budget, and she just said, "I just can't stand the word budget." I said, "So let's just call it a cash spending plan."
Yeah,
how about that? That's just a different term, but it's the same thing. It's a plan. You're going to find, like I said in one of our previous videos on budgets, you're going to find free money that you can use to invest. I've never sat down with a couple and done a budget where at the end of it, they said, "I'm not sure where all this excess money is coming from." Because you'll always find money. Once you start tracking your expenses, once you're aware of what you're spending, you'll spend less and you're just more aware. I mean, it's crazy how the education of what your spending is, how much money you can save.
We say the same thing about working out. If you go to the gym, you work out, you're much more likely to take care of yourself nutritionally just because you're going into the gym.
That's exactly right. Yeah. Number 6, and we just talked about this one in a recent podcast, thou shalt protect thy credit score.
I got a good credit score.
And I preach don't use credit cards, and run balances on them and what have you. And I truly believe that. But you also want to, if you're going to use a credit card, you want to make sure you pay it on time. You put the bills online to where it's automatically paid. It's all paid in full. You check your credit score and your credit report. every year, on an annual basis for free.
Yep.
And just go back to the previous podcast on the credit score, and that gives you all the information you need for that. But it's in today's world, unfortunately, a lot of insurance companies and a lot of companies and vendors, and if you ever want to borrow money, they all just use the credit score as it's just the thing. It's just what they use, and they will punish you if you don't have a good credit score. So try to protect the credit score, even though, we don't like to charge. We don't need debt. We don't need that stuff. If you're going to charge, you're going to have a credit score. And unless you're dead for 7 years, you'll have a credit score out there. So, and if you're dead, it doesn't really matter. Right? Well, the commandments do, but not these commandments. Different commandments.
Different commandments don't matter.
So what's the next one after that? Number 7, thou shalt invest early and consistently.
Dollar cost average.
Time equals compounding.
Yes.
We all know what compounding is, right?
Well, yeah.
Compounding is, let's say you have $1,000, you make 10% on it this year. At the end of the year, you have $1,100. Now, next year, if you make another 10%, it's 10% on that $1,100, not on that $1,000. And so it's more interest and more. And over the years, compounding is what really creates wealth. I heard it said one time, compounding is the 8th wonder of the world. There's 7 wonders out there. I've been to a few of them. I've been to the pyramids and all that. But
yeah, you're fortunate.
I have been
fortunate.
I have seen the 8th wonder of the world. That's compounding.
Yes.
Okay. So utilize. How do you invest early and consistently? Utilize those 401ks, those 403bs through your employers. Every payday, put money away, 3%, 4%, whatever you can afford. Increase it over time. And just pay attention to your investments.
I need to start doing
right. And we have another podcast from a few weeks ago on investing, for beginning investing. And that's a great podcast if you want to go back and watch it.
So worth it.
Next one, number 8, thou shalt diversify thy assets. Do we want to invest all of our money in that hot stock tip that we heard at the water cooler this morning?
Absolutely not.
No way, man.
But it was fun talking about it.
Yeah, it was. But we don't want to put all our eggs in one basket. We want to have some stocks. We want to have some bonds, maybe some real estate. Your home is an investment, but you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. If you invest in mutual funds or ETFs, you get a lot of diversification there also. And so just make sure you know what you're invested in, not divested, but invested in, and make sure you invest across all the different buckets.
Just do ETFs.
ETFs, that's the main
Just
way.
go ETFs.
Yeah. That way you're not all in tech stocks. They're all in financial stocks. So that's number 8. Number 9, thou shalt, and this is a huge one, thou shalt insure against catastrophe. Insurance. We're going to do a podcast on this in a few weeks from now. Life, home, and auto. Wealth building requires a strong defense. Okay. Investing is your offense. Insurance is your defense. And so
I need that one. I want that podcast.
Yeah.
Let's do that one.
One uninsured disaster can wipe you out, and you would not believe the disasters that you can have. So we're going to go deep into that. How much life insurance do you need? What type of auto? What type of home insurance do you need? Do you need an umbrella policy?
Do you have an umbrella policy?
I had one.
Julio was talking to us.
I had one when my kids were driving, because
that's a good
what people
that's a
don't
good
realize is that when your kids turn 16 and they're driving other
Yeah.
kids around, they get in a wreck, they can come to the parents and sue you for your assets. But I don't now. But you have a swimming pool. If you have a swimming pool and kids can climb the fence, and get in the pool. But if you have a lot of money, if you have a lot of wealth, I think you need to have an umbrella policy. Because
Then why don't you have one?
Because all of my stuff is kind of in retirement accounts. When somebody sues you, I don't think they can get to your retirement.
You better clear out that assumption.
I know.
You know
I
what they-
probably do need one.
You know
I
what
probably
they
do
say
need-
about
I don't have
assuming.
that much wealth. Now after your sale of your clubs, you're going to want that umbrella policy.
What do you mean you don't have that much wealth? Where did you just get back from?
Well, we went to Italy. That's next week's podcast.
Egypt,
Yeah,
Italy,
we're-
going
anyway.
all over the place.
Insure against catastrophe. That's a huge one. And we're going to talk a lot more about insurance in a future podcast. And the final one, thou shalt educate thyself continually. What does this mean? Thou shalt educate on what? You need to read books. You need to study online. You need to immerse yourself. And see, that was thunder in the background, and that's because number 10 is the most important. Thou shalt educate thyself continually. Read, study, and listen. It takes years to learn and absorb some of these principles. It's a continual learning cycle. Education will give you all the confidence you need in your wealth building journey and in your investing journey. And one bonus amendment, thou shalt think long term. If you're going to invest, don't invest for 6 months or 3 months or 9. Invest for 3 years, 5 years, 10, 20, 30 years. Okay, so think long term and track your progress with a net worth statement. Now, those are 10 commandments I think everybody can live with. What do you think?
I think so. You got like the Christian. Hebrew 10 Commandments, and then you have our
You have David and
David
Tyron's
Tyron's
10 commandments. Yeah,
non-Christian,
non-Christian 10.
think of
well,
yourself first
yeah.
commandments.
So you could add another commandment here that, to give generously. That gets you back into the Christian commandments, to give generously. So
Mhm.
when you have enough money and enough wealth, you can also give generously. So,
Yep.
I give to various organizations and various things. And so, and this is Tyron. And so,
No, I'm saying you can give to me.
are you a 501c or a 503c?
I
or
would,
whatever?
well, I'm working on
'Cause
that.
I want to be tax deductible so that I get some
Yes.
benefit too.
Yes.
But then that's it, man. That's our 10 commandments of investing.
That's a really good one.
10 Commandments of personal finance. We may actually do one in the future, 10 Commandments of investing, because those are a little bit different. Those are some different commandments. But this is about personal finance. It's a framework. It summarizes everything we've talked about up to this point on our podcast, and it's one list. We're going to put the list. We're going to post the list, in our podcast, and just take a snapshot of it and just try to follow as many of those as you can, and you will find yourself in retirement heaven one day.
We should. That's a good one. We should do tablets.
I do. I have that.
You got your 2 tablets?
I'm going to give that to you. We're going to post that in our
That's what I'm saying,
video.
like right here.
Right there.
Right here. Tablets.
Yeah. I'll even put it in like Greek writing or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, you even have it in Roman numerals.
Yeah. Yeah.
There.
Anyway, that's it for this week, man. Follow those commandments, and we will see you next time on Triple F. And there's another clap of thunder.
Wow.
So that's just emphasis on these commandments.
Woo.
Follow them. We'll see you next week.
Later.